Hello friends, welcome to Knowledge Village, and in today's tutorial we will have a look at some of the date functions, the important ones in Excel. So in front of you on the screen on the left hand side over here I have written all the date functions which we will be covering today. Okay, so let us take them one by one. Now the first one is the date function. The date function will return you a date by taking in the respective arguments, and these arguments are the date, month and year. Okay, so we can say date and we open the parenthesis and it will say year. So we can write it by hand if you want, otherwise you can take the values from a cell. Since I have already placed these values in a cell over here, I will take it from here. So the year is 2019, so I select that and press a comma. Then it is asking me for the month, so I will just go to this particular cell and select the month and I will press a comma. Then it is asking me for the day. I go over here and select the day as 12 and then I close the formula by with a closing bracket. So here we see Excel has given me the date based on this input what I have provided. So I have to provide the day, month and year, and it will give me something in a date format. So this is now appearing in a date format. If you see over here, as soon as we jump over here, the format here changes, means it has now changed this to a date format. So I hope you got it. Okay, so let us go to the next function, which is today. Today is a function which will give you today's date. So if I say is equal to today, open bracket, closing bracket, and hit an enter, what it will give me is today's date. So today's date is 24 April 2020. So I get today's date. Okay, so it is very easy. So the next function we will be looking at is the now function. The now function, what it does is it is an extension of the today's function. So in now function, what we get is we will get, in addition to the date, we are also able to get the timing. So we say is equal to now, open bracket, close bracket, and we hit an enter. So it will give you the timing also. Okay, so you have the date over here 24/4/2020, and you have the current timing, that is 17:23. If you see, this is what is the current timing as of now. Okay, now we come to the next function, which is the day function. The day function, the day function is what it will do is it will extract the day from a particular date. So what we can say is, we can say is equal to day, and for example we want to extract from this particular date, so which is 12. So we close the bracket, and if you hit an enter, what we found is it has extracted 12 from this date. So what it does is it extracts the day part from a particular date. So similarly the month will extract the month part from a particular date. So if we select this date over here and we close the function and hit an enter, and you will see 11. So it has pulled out this the month part 11 over here. Similarly the year is equal to year, and we open the bracket. And if you observe one thing which I wanted to tell you, once you open the function, the argument inside is not a date, it is a serial number. Why like that? It is because internally Excel stores all dates as serial numbers. Okay, so actually when you are seeing a date over there, internally it is not stored as 12, 11, 19. It is stored as a serial number, and this we will see in a separate example what I mean by this. Okay, so here what we do is we select this date and we expect that it will return 2019. So what it does is it has extracted the year part from this particular date. Okay, clear? Now we come to another function which is called the hour. How many hours have passed? This we can pull out from a particular date. or particular timing for that matter with the help of this function. One thing to note is that when you are using these timing functions, the arguments have to be in a time format. For example, I cannot say is equal to R, and when it says you give me the serial number, I have to select the date in the time format, not in the only the date format, because if I put date format, if then it will return a 0. Okay, this is how it works. So to actually make it work, what we have to do is we have to say R, and then we have to select the that date which is expressed in the time format. So we select a time format date, and then if you press OK, it has extracted 17 from 1726, because the timing shown in this particular date is 1726. Okay, so similarly we use the minute, and we put this particular date over here, and when we hit and enter, what it says is it has extracted the minute part from here. So it has extracted this 26 over here. In the same way, we can use the second function. Okay, now unfortunately this format is not displaying the second, but still we can try it out, and it will return 2. Why? Because when this now function was executed, the timing was actually 17.27 minutes and 2 seconds. So it is extracted 2. Now we can actually change the format, and we can see this 2 also on the side. Okay, if you want to. The next function what we can see is the end date. End date is useful in finding out future or previous dates. What I mean is, for example, you have this date as of today, 24/4, and I want to find what will be the date after 6 months from this date. So I will say is equal to, and I will say end date. Okay, and what is the start date? The start date is this, for example. So today's date is the start date, so I put that date as the start date. I put a comma, and then it's the next argument is the months, means how many months you want to add to this particular date. So if I say I want to add 8 months, okay, and then I close the function and hit an enter, what it gives me is 24/12/2020. So this it returns a date after 8 months from the start date, okay, or whatever period I have selected. For example, I can make it, instead of 8 I can make it 13, sorry, I can make it 9. So you see it has extended one more month to this, and now the return date is 24 January 2021. I hope you got the point. Okay, the next and the last function in today's session will be the date value function. What the date value function does, I will show you in a moment. If you see tell date value, and we say the date value over here, sorry, the date value, and it says date text. What do you mean by date text? Date text means it converts a text date into a date value. What do you mean by that? For example, I can put in a text date in inverted commas. I can say if today is 24 April 2020, like this. Okay, so I am asking Excel with the help of this date value function to convert this text into a date. Okay, I hope you got it. So if I hit and enter, there is a surprise for you. If I hit and enter, see what it returns is, over here is 43945, but we had expected that it should be a date value. Now what has happened is Excel has converted into a date, but internally it is, as I told you, it stores it as a serial number. So corresponding to this date, this is the serial number, means corresponding to 24/4/2020, this is the internal value what Excel is storing. Now if you want to see the date value of this particular function, what you need to do is very simple. You can go to this format toolbar, and instead of general, if you select date over here, you click over here and you see Excel immediately converted into a date format. When you had it as general, it is showing you the serial number, but when you convert it into the date format, the text has been converted. For example, you see in the formula bar, we have supplied it with a text value. It converted this text value into a date. So I hope these few functions of date will be useful to you in your reports. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and share it with others. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications of new videos.